All right, hang on. Oh, I can't. I'm the host.
Oh,
So
Brian, would you mind trying?
Just put it up. And Amber's got hers up too. Not seeing them.
No, I don't know what the deal is. I see them in my participants view, so I'll just use that. But thank you. Sorry. Yeah.
Zoom just made an update. I got a notice that they updated their block today when I logged into this computer, and I wonder if it didn't mess things up.
Well, I may need to just update the app.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe. I don't know if that's the cause, but.
Yeah, usually the iPad does automatic updates, but.
And maybe that'll help. I just made you the co-host.
Oh, thank you.
And for folks that might be watching, when you open up our agenda, there's a link on it that says join the meeting. And that's how you join the webinar with a computer, or you can dial those phone numbers. And there's information about how to raise your hand and lower it during public comments.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 6 o'clock, and I'll call the Missoula City Council meeting of December 13th, 2021 to order. I will note for the record that at the moment, at least, all council members are present, but for Ms. West, Ms. Anderson, and Mr. Contos, and we'll keep an eye out for folks who may come in a little bit late. In fact, somebody just came in, so pardon me. We have minutes of our last meeting, and without objection, they will be approved. Seeing no objection, we will move on to our schedule of committee meetings. Ms. Rabine.
Thanks, Mayor Egan. Hang on just a second. I'm going to share my screen and show our committee schedule.
And for the record, Ms. Anderson is here.
Wonderful. I'll note that when I get back to my screen. Okay, for folks that are watching via our Zoom stream tonight, To access our committee schedule and all of our meeting agendas, go to the main city's website here. And Google is your friend to find us. If you don't know our address, we'll be right there at the top of your search results. Right here, underneath the beautiful picture of our lovely city is a meetings button tab. And that will take you to all of our public meetings that we're holding here at the city. And you can, at the top of this screen says the most recent committee schedule. So you can click on that to look at our total schedule of committee meetings. Or you can also expand this list here and see any of our public meetings. As I mentioned at the top of the show, if you click into a meeting, you'll see the meeting join information right there at the top of the agenda. Each meeting has a different join link, so that's why they're on the agendas. Let's talk a little bit about our committee schedule this week. Let me make that a tiny bit bigger. And I'm gonna move things around on my screen just a little bit here. All right, this is the last city council meeting of the year, and it's the last city council meeting for 4 of you tonight. Congratulations, and thank you. Thank you so much for your service to the citizens of this community. Let's get started. So we are setting up committee meetings for the 15th of November. And the Administration and Finance Committee will meet from 9 to 10:35. They'll be taking up an appointment to the library board and some budget amendments for both the city and the Missoula Redevelopment Agency. And we will be talking about amendments to the City Council's rules and procedures of operation. The Committee of the Whole will meet from 10:50 to 11:05. And they'll be reviewing items that have been held in the various city council committees to see what we need to bring forward in the new year and what can be dispensed with. The Public Safety and Health Committee will be having an update from 11:20 to 12:05 from the Community Justice Department. The Land Use and Planning Committee will meet from 12:35 in the afternoon to 1:20. And they will be hearing about the Transportation Options Action Plan from our Transportation Planning Division. And finally, the Parks and Conservation Committee will be meeting from 1:35 to 1:50. Technically, they only have one agenda item. There'll be an announcement under about the energy and climate team, but their action item is to look at a contract for a construction manager at risk project for the West Side Park Phase 2 project up there on the north side. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Rabine. Are there any changes to the committee schedule this evening? All right, seeing none, we will move on to the public comment portion of our agenda. This is your opportunity to comment on items not elsewhere on the agenda. Mr. Larson.
Hi, City Council Mayor Matt Larson, Ward 3. Just wanted to take this opportunity to remind the City Council that we the public still don't have access to these meetings in a very meaningful manner to which like the community has become accustomed, i.e. like the hybrid scenario that you've talked about in the media, but have yet to implement. So I think that it's only appropriate during the end of the year that we circle back around to this, as a lot of our community needs this this type of involvement and interaction to have a meaningful say in what's going on in the community. And we totally have the technology and the capabilities to do so, and the space. So I think it should be a priority to set some time aside towards allowing the public to be a participant in these meetings. I think we all know that the attendance is drastically low given this Zoom format, and we'll still be implementing Zoom, but it would be helpful to be able to go to a physical location to participate in some of these meetings. And I think it's totally feasible and reasonable to ask and facilitate. Thank you.
And Ms. Mings.
There we go. Good evening to Missoula City Council, Mayor Ingen, and the staff. It's nice to be here. My name is Marta Mings. I'm a longtime resident of Missoula. I'm here to give my support to the 100% clean electric resolution that this council passed in 2019. And hitting this goal by 2030 is a tall order. But then we are told that we have to have bold targets if the world is to decrease emissions 50% by 2030. Most of you on this council are well informed about the climate emergency. And for that, I am very grateful. I really am. There are a lot of plans that I know the city has been working on that include increasing solar on buildings, electric buses, electric city vehicles, building efficiency, increasing the participation in non-motorized transportation, and many more. Your challenge, I'm sure, is to accomplish these actions and get the Missoulians on board with what is necessary. I'd like to finish with just one request I have is to see some estimated timelines on these different targets. This can be this can be part of the city's overall goal to increase communications to its citizens. A publicly shared timeline would be an important step, for everyone and citizens knowing what kind of plans you have. A step in reaching this 100% clean electricity goal. I appreciate how much the council cares about this issue. Please know that a lot of us are out here to support you all and to help with these difficult goals. We just want to be sure they stay on the front burner. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mings. And seeing no additional general comment this evening, I'll note for the record that Ms. West is here, and we will move on to our consent agenda. Items listed here were approved unanimously in City Council standing committees, or nearly unanimously in most cases. We save a little time on Monday evenings by considering these items all at once. Ms. Rabine will read the list of consent agenda items aloud. So those paying attention through Zoom or on MCAT will know what we're considering, and we'll take comment on these items before we vote. Ms. Rabine.
Thanks, Mayor Ingen. Tonight's consent agenda has 13 items, and I'm sharing my screen here so folks can read right along with me, correct my homework if I get it wrong. The first item is always to pay the city's bills. This week, we're approving accounts payable in the amount of $4,215,901.27 for checks that are dated tomorrow, December 14th, 2021. Number 2 is to approve the purchase of one Caterpillar 420 backhoe from Western States Equipment of Missoula, Montana, for the purchase price of $135,794. Number 3 is to award the bid for the Lincoln Hills Water Storage Tank Improvements Project to Prospect Construction Incorporated for amount not to exceed $2,154,490.18 and authorize the return of bid bonds. Number 4 is to approve and authorize the mayor to approve the resolution vacating a 30-foot wide public roadway easement and a 60-foot wide public utility easement adjacent to Lot 4 in 44 Ranch Estates. Number 5 is to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a development agreement with Wish Camper Development Partners, LLC for the Mullen Build project. Number 6 is to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the first amendment to the Mullen Build interlocal agreement between the city of Missoula and Missoula County. Number 7 is to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a professional services agreement with engineering firm DJ&A for the Mullen Build project, England Boulevard design changes at a cost that doesn't exceed $79,423. Number 8, although a quorum wasn't present, the committee The Parks and Conservation Committee recommends that City Council award a contract to Mountain State Lights for park and trail lights to be installed in Karis Park as part of the Phase 1 construction project down there, and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract in the amount of $39,276. Number 9, although quorum wasn't present, Parks and Conservation recommends that City Council set a public hearing on January 10th of 2022, that's the new year, to consider adoption of a resolution revising the City of Missoula Parks and Recreation master fee schedule for facility use, reservations, permits, and programs for 2022. Number 10, although a quorum wasn't present, Parks and Conservation Committee recommends that City Council do a lot of things. Here we go. It's a little bit like War and Peace. First of all, to award a bid to Bad Goat, that's the name of the company, with a base bid of $12,950 for supply of custom playground equipment. Oh, I should have prefaced this by stating that all of these contracts are related to constructing the playground over at Westside Park. This is Phase 2 of that project. We're awarding a contract to Place Space Designs with a base bid of $348,816.40 for a supply of Compan, Goric, and IDS Sculptures playground equipment. We're awarding a bid to Northwest Playground Equipment Incorporated with a base bid of $13,135.25 for a supply of Berliner playground equipment. We're awarding a contract to Dakota Fence with a base bid of $81,766 for supply of landscape structures playground equipment. We're awarding a contract to Place Space Designs with a base bid of $314,680.43 for installation of playground poured in place fall zone. And finally, we're awarding a bid to Place Space Designs with a base bid of $92,090.63 for installation of playground play equipment. That should be a pretty awesome park and playground. Number 11 is to set the City Council meeting schedule for 2022 and direct yours truly, the city clerk, to publish notice of the schedule in the newspaper. Number 12 is to approve the City County Food Policy Advisory Board bylaws. And finally, number 13 is to confirm the mayor's appointment of Eric Halstrum as the city's chief operations officer.
Thank you, Ms. Rabine. And are there any questions or comments from council members? And please note that I'm only seeing your hands if I'm looking at our panelist profile. And if I'm missing you there, yell at me. All right, seeing none, does anyone in the attendees care to comment? Mr. Larson.
Yes, Matt Larson, Ward 3. I'd like to point out the $17,000 worth of helmets and pads for the police department, i.e. riot gear. I don't know what this is all about, like why Missoula needs to have like all this riot gear. But again, we will talk about that probably next year during budgeting. Also wanted to address the new backhoe Caterpillar excavator for $120,000. Again, I'd like to circle around back to the fact that we, the citizens, don't have a meaningful list of equipment that the city actually owns. So if this isn't available to us and you guys can't create it or don't retain it, how do we know what you guys are buying is actually needed? And so this is just another case where it's a big expenditure. Also, there was something else I saw on the CIT training. I saw a bunch of credit card expenditures for the CIT training. So I'm just wondering when the next one is for that. Also want to get an update on like the legal battle with the water and stuff like that. Let's see. That's about it for right now. I guess we'll wait for public comment section for the items you have under final consideration.
And seeing no additional interest in commenting on the consent agenda, we'll have a roll call vote.
Okay, on the consent agenda, Anderson,
Yes.
Becerra,
Yes.
Harp,
Yes.
Hess,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Merritt,
Yes.
Ramos,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Vasika,
Yes.
Von Lossberg,
Yes.
and West.
Yes.
Would any of you like to change your vote? That is 11 ayes and 1 absent.
And the consent agenda is approved. We have no comments from city staff, agencies, boards, commissions, pardon me, authorities, nor the community forum this evening. We do have two special presentations in the form of proclamations. First, whereas the winter poses extreme hardship for unsheltered and inadequately housed individuals, families, and children in Missoula, and whereas residents of Missoula will gather on the longest night of the year, December 21st, 2021, to honor and remember, pardon me, homeless individuals who have died in our community and environs. And whereas since 1990, December 21st has been designated National Homeless Persons Memorial Day by the National Coalition for the Homeless and the National Healthcare for the Homeless Council, and is recognized by cities and states nationwide. And whereas in remembering those who have died without a home of their own, we keep the urgent cause of ending homelessness, the need for compassionate response, and the city and county's collective commitment to prevent such deaths in the future. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, Dave Strohmeyer, Josh Slotnick, and Juanita Vero, Missoula County Commissioners, and John Engen, Mayor, do hereby recognize the 21st day of December 2021 as Homeless Persons Memorial Day. And second, whereas Teresa Cox has been a diligent caretaker of the ponies and dragon at a carousel for Missoula for many years, and whereas she inspired hundreds of volunteers to work together to build a playground designed by the children of Missoula and accessible to all, and whereas the carousel for Missoula and Dragon Hollow have brought joy to thousands of children and adults from every corner of the world, and whereas she has been an inspiration to many, leading with kindness, dedication, and generosity in her role as executive director of a carousel for Missoula. Now, therefore, I, John Engen, Mayor of the City of Missoula in the state of Montana, hereby recognize the 14th day of December 2021 as Teresa Cox Day. And I'll have the privilege of joining Teresa in person to present this proclamation and offer her my gratitude on behalf of the City of Missoula for the generosity of spirit that she brings to everything she does. So congratulations, Teresa. We will move on to the public hearing portion of our agenda. State law and our own council rules set guidelines for providing comment on a variety of issues in a formal way. And following the staff report on each of these items, I will invite public comment. We will maintain the public hearing open until council takes the one item this evening